Bonjour! We are on our first full day in Brussels. So we're gonna eat breakfast at the same place that we had the waffles last night because they were delicious. I'm gonna get the strawberry one today. So I stopped for 2 croissants at 2 different places because one was definitely not enough. They're so good and buttery and layered. I could eat croissants every day for the rest of my life and be very happy. That right there looks like a phone booth. It's a urinal for men. Because women don't use urinals, but I know them. It's pretty weird. So one little trick I have when I travel is I go find the tourist office. There's usually several in a city, and I pick up some sort of sightseeing pamphlet. This is one that's pretty much all over, so it's a hop on, hop off bus. But they're kind of expensive, so I just use it to get the different tourist attractions. So I'll know that those are the places that I probably want to see. And then within that, they always have maps. And then I can pretty much figure out myself how to navigate on foot or by whatever public transportation the city has to offer, and it's much, much cheaper. So for Brussels, a lot of this stuff is walkable, and then some of it is only accessible by public transportation from here, but it's only like €2, so that's much cheaper than doing this. We're at the Royal Palace and we're gonna go buy tickets to get an underground tour. So at some point they excavated the area beneath this castle and you can go walk around in it. So we are headed downstairs to Coudenberg and we get this little coin, and that's our entrance token. The original castle burned down, and then for 40 years after that, there was nothing there. And then 40 years later, they rebuilt a new castle, and they found the original ruins underneath all the rubble, which is where I am standing right now. Creepy. They've recreated most of this cobblestone, but the original that they were able to preserve, you can spot it because it's lined with a copper border, so you can see the difference. This is the authentic stone, and then the replica is right here. My favorite part is this, which is where all their waste went. It gets quite tight back here, as you can see. There's the floor, and there I am. Right behind me is where the kitchen used to be. So we are walking now over the exterior portion where we just came from. So the ground beneath my feet is where Coudenberg is. It was only €6 per person to get in, and they said it would only take 45 minutes, but once again we spent about 2 hours in there. We're just gonna have to add on time to whatever they tell us for self-guided tours because we're slow apparently. But it's really neat seeing the different, just seeing the different layers that were built in different centuries and then how they replicate it. It was really cool. So right here is where you get in, you go around the corner and get inside. And this whole section underground is where you walk. And then you end up coming out from back here and you sneak back around. We're outside this little shop called Pier Marcolini, and a lot of the little shops in Brussels have macaroons, chocolates, all this stuff in really fancy boxes. Oh my goodness, €109 box of macaroons. But the reason we stopped is because we saw this eclair sign, and they have really fancy eclairs for €4. So I think we're gonna go in and try one. I think we're gonna have to go for the creme brulee. That one looks pretty good. It's fun trying the real versions of things that we have the fake versions of in the US because I don't usually like eclairs, but this looks pretty good. Alright, let's pop this baby open. I feel like I'm eating a piece of jewelry. Alright, let's try this sucker. It really tastes like a pastry creme brulee. So good. If these weren't €4 a piece, I would eat like 20 of them. We're gonna go get some more hot chocolate. We had this yesterday from this brand and it's delicious. This is like my favorite thing here. And Wes got some truffles. How many grams did we get?
€3 per 100 grams. And this was less, this was only like $2.70.
So we were talking to the girl, she's from Brussels, isn't there? And we told her that our chocolate in the US is not very good. And her answer was, yes, I know.
This is so much better than any other chocolate that you've had, unless you've had Belgian chocolate.
Oh, this is like a broken... What is that, the ghost ambulance?
The spooky ambulance.
Good old Peter. With a monkey on his back and a raven on his frame. Time for some lunch at the waffle factory, and we're going here for savory waffles because Wes has only had 2 today already. He needs another one. So I've gotten a 3-cheese veggie waffle. There's no veggie, it's just cheese. It has Gouda, goat cheese, and Emmentaler, I think. And a Fanta, which these taste different in Europe. They're better. I don't usually drink these at all in the US, but they are less like orange soda and just more bubbly. Literally waffles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whoa. It doesn't really even like look that great, but the cheese is really good quality. It's really tasty. It's rainy and we're about to go back, but we just stopped for some pommes frites, French fries. They come in a cone, paper cone. This is really common all across Europe. I don't know why Americans haven't caught on because it's delicious. And for this particular one, we got the Andalous sauce, which has a little bit of a curry tinge to it. I'm not quite sure what the main ingredient is, but it is delicious.
Reminds me of a Cajun flavor the most.
You get a little Triton, mini Triton to stab them with. It's awesome. Like, it's the perfect little like dinner snack if you don't want a full meal.
This is a whole meal. This is like an extra large
Hold it next to my head so you can see.
This is, I mean, this is a hefty amount of fries. It's no joke.
Yeah, but they're good.